Welcome to RE Uncut. Our daily shows are powered by CoreLogic and supported by Printforce, Rockend and Realty.com.au.
Welcome to Friday and the final in our series with Andrew McSweeney. You know, you don't have to be tough to be a good leader. In fact, Andrew McSweeney discusses that today with Mark Frater. It's just the opposite, he says. Andrew says the one thing a team really needs is strength of leadership, and leadership comes in many forms. It's not always about being tough. You'll hear Andrew's thoughts in the show today. Back in just a moment.
Realty's proprietary technology connects you, the agent, with buyers and sellers and builds relationships differently. Only Realty's unique geo-channel mapping gives you an exclusive connection strategy, and then our tech builds the relationship for you. This creates your digital voice, increasing your top-of-mind awareness as the agent of choice in your area. Your agent profile boosting content delivered consistently will get you in the door to secure the listing. And then the exclusive Realty listing strategy gets it marketed and sold. An end-to-end marketing solution for agents.
Our mentor all this week on RE Uncut has been Mr. Andrew McSweeney from Ray White Kriener, and you'll be happy to hear Kevin will be back very soon to fill the chair again. Andrew, appreciate all your tips for leadership, and in these difficult times and troubling times. Today, sort of looking really to what you provide your team, and more importantly, what have the team come to look for from you, not just during this, but do you really need to have in place moving forward now over the coming weeks, months and years?
Yeah, look, I mean, I think consistency is key. For me, it's something that I've always believed in. It's something that I've always spoken about. And that comes from a leadership perspective as well. Being consistent is something that I pride myself on. What you see every single day is the same thing. And I think that my team has certainly gotten used to a certain level of consistency around certain things, particularly the way that I display myself, the way that I turn up every day, but also around, making sure that their wants and needs are being satisfied, particularly through a training perspective as well.
What about, long-term plans? I think a lot of people, and perhaps the average leadership has been focused on a very small or short time frame, even, daily, about where's my next check coming from. But for your team, I know long-term plans, both, Kylie in property management, the BDM has had that focus, 12 months, 2 years out, or your sales teams have that. How important have those been to the team over the last couple of months, and more so moving forward?
Yeah, look, I mean, it certainly provides some rigidity around their own business as well. We have performance coaching lessons. I have one every week with you, Frater, and I know that you come to the team every 2 weeks as well. But it puts those disciplines in place within the business and doesn't allow you to go off course for too long. Sorry, just lost my pen. So for us, it's really important that we have that in place all the time, so that when things like this do happen, we're not going off course for too long before we can get back on course again. I don't think that, and sometimes it can be a little bit monotonous, but I think that it's keeping things, we keep drilling down on the same things every single week. I mean, we do project forward for a whole year. We look at setting our targets and our own personal targets within the team for the fiscal year as well. And then they will predetermine the overall target for the whole office. But it's something that we can all work on together. And I think that, that level of accountability through performance coaching is huge. And it's certainly an offering that we make. We go to the expense for the team because I believe so much in it. I do it myself more regularly. I'm there every week. Looking at the business holistically and looking at every facet of that, but for the team on an individual basis, particularly the sales team, to make sure that we hold them accountable to the things that they want to achieve. And it's certainly working really well.
I guess we use this word strategy a lot, and I know we've used it a little bit in the sessions this week. A lot of sellers, and I guess have been sort of sitting back, deciding not to put the properties on the market, and agents have been sort of caught up in what's been happening in their lives. How have you sort of discussed things with your salespeople where they've really, I guess, got caught up in the sellers' problems or issues rather than what they need to be doing themselves in making sure their pipeline and, of course, their long-term strategies are met?
Yeah, well, I think that, from a salesperson's perspective, I mean, we all thrive on positivity as well, and I think that, it's literally about changing your dialogue, in each situation. I mean, right now we know that we're constantly arming them with information around, particularly from a lending perspective as well, so they know that they understand what's going on in that side of the world as well, so they can guide people, and we understand what's going on in the property management division world as well. So from an investment perspective, we can start to talk about vacancy rates and how low things are and how positive the outlook is for all of those things. We then start to look a little bit more holistically, within the Ray White Group, who are performing extremely well. I mean, we've just come out of a record month, in July. So, understanding what's going on outside in the greater world, so that they can start to change their rhetoric around, those certain things. So, I think it's just important that they keep abreast of every facet of what's going on.
And I guess that your office, I know, is what I call a good general office with average prices probably between 5s and 6s and so forth, but you have just come out of selling one of Brisbane's most highest price sales.
This price, though, Fred. We've signed an NDA. We can't say the price.
No, I won't say that. So, but one of the most expensive sales in Brisbane this year, and for many years. So that's very exciting for you and the team. And I think that's a lot of that, I know, is down to your leadership in how you've been talking to your salespeople, your property management, your receptionists, and everyone related into the business. So I think there's some great tips for everyone to take out of this week. Look back and don't let the market control you. Obviously, there's things that we can't change too much, but we can certainly be in charge of what we do, what we say, and our attitude to go about it. So, mate, thank you very much indeed for... Yep.
Can I just say one thing before I go, just in case everyone's seeing me? I do have more than one suit, because you're talking about days. We're doing all of this in one session, right?
That's why I had just had my head, so it looks as though I've changed my shirt each day. But Andrew McSweeney from Ray White Carina, mate, thank you so much indeed for your time and your insights. And I know that the office is going to go from strength to strength, regardless of what the market does. And mate, I look forward to catching up with you again very, very shortly. Thank you.
The opportunity, mate. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
The Daily RE Uncut Show is powered by CoreLogic and supported by Printforce, Rockend and Realty.com.au. Realty.com.au is where you will see all our shows: Real Estate Talk, The Property Show, Auction Update, and of course RE Uncut. We are the home of property.